Hey guys, this is for followers of both the Fuse Chamber podcast and the Badass Agile podcast. I want to give you a couple of short tips on how to supercharge your productivity when it comes to creative writing. So for those of you who are creatives, whether you write music or whether you just straight up write, this will make perfect sense to you. But for people who are the Agile followers, I've been talking lately about value a lot. And one of the ways that you can add tremendous value to the community is to contribute, whether it's through a podcast or through a blog post or through an article that you write, or even through your tweets and social media shares. But in order to do that, you have to have good quality content pumping out on a consistent basis. In either, whether you're strictly creative or whether this is business oriented, the problem is the same. How do I get the creative output? Let me give you 3 tips real quick. Number 1, use a note sorting app of some kind. I use Evernote to organize all your stuff and have a place for ideas. So all of my Badass Agile podcasts go into a folder called Badass Ideas. Sometimes they have no content. Sometimes it's just a topic idea. I do the same thing for Fuse. So here's all the ideas that I'm currently working on. And here's the idea. Most of these will never see the light of day. So some of them you're going to do a bit of writing. At the end of the day, you're not feeling it, turf it. But if you are feeling it, you would grab this topic and elaborate it, let's say. And once you've finished elaborating it, you move it to the doing folder. So I create folder structures or hierarchies in Evernote, and I would put this in the not Fuse ideas, but Fuse doing. And once I move it, I have an active folder of stories or ideas that are literally ready to record or ready to edit and publish. And then when I'm done, they go to a pile called the done pile. And that's when all the graphics are finished and all of the wording is done and it's picture perfect. Now, the thing is, to get stuff into the ideas pile, you have to have some discipline around writing. So you got to make time, whether it's once a day, once a week, whatever, to sit down and generate ideas. You also have to be ready to capture ideas when they just pop up in your head. More on that in a second. That's where tech tools can really help you even more. But also, you have to set aside time. This is tip number 2. You got to set aside time to groom. So, number 1, organize all your content and realize that most of it will go to the waste basket. Number 2, set aside time to write, set aside time to groom. And grooming means going through and taking these ideas and saying, nah, I don't like this anymore. Or yeah, this one right here is the next big one that I want to work on. So I'm going to spend time getting this one ready for publication. The rest can wait. And just like anything in Agile, this is your backlog. Most of these are so low priority that they'll never get done, and that's okay. Now, let's talk about a really awesome tech tool that I like to use that will help you capture ideas when they come up. So if you like to type, great. If you like to use a pen and paper, great. I like to use a tool that's available for your smartphone or tablet called Dragon Anywhere. Dragon Anywhere is a dictation software just like Siri, but the major difference is it doesn't stop recording after like 30 seconds, right? So watch this. I'll turn this on. Notes from February 21st, 2018. Go to dictation. So I've turned that off so it's not listening, but that's a great idea. This will automatically link up to your Evernote. So I've actually saved this directly to my Evernote folder here. And this works whether you're on your phone or whether you're on your tablet. And once you finish recording it, it shows up in a special folder in your Evernote. But I also want to mention that works great if you're allowed to have your phone with you. But if you're, let's say, driving or somewhere where a phone is not acceptable and there's too many buttons to manage, having a little field recorder like this can really help, because all you got to do is press the record button and you're good to go. So I'm going to read to both of these at the same time. I'm going to dictate into this, and it will also capture into this. The Measure of a Man, Martin Luther King Jr., new paragraph. Why Nonviolence Matters, hyphen, new paragraph. Eloquent and passionate, comma, reasoned and sensitive, comma, this pair of meditations by the revered civil rights leader contains the theological roots of his political and social philosophy of nonviolent activism, period. So you can see now that it's captured all of it. Isn't that cool? All right, now here's the neat part. Let's stop this. New paragraph. So watch what happens if I now take the what I recorded on the handheld, and let's assume that I'm in the car, I can't have my phone with me, I only had the handheld, so I record this just to basically digital or what you used to call tape, right? Check this out. I'm going to play this back. So let's start recording here.
The Measure of a Man, Martin Luther King Jr. New paragraph. Why nonviolence matters, hyphen, new paragraph. Eloquent and passionate, comma, reasoned and sensitive, comma. This pair of meditations by the revered civil rights leader contains the theological roots of his political and social philosophy of nonviolent activism, period.
Did you catch that? Isn't that crazy? Now, if I go over to my laptop, here it is. All right, so the notes that I made are instantly everywhere and synced up, and I didn't even have to lift up a pen or touch a keyboard, which is fantastic. So just a couple of tools and tips for you. Number one, have that backlog. Number two, make time to write and then make time to groom. And then number three, use dictation tools and traditional dictation tools and digital dictation tools to capture your thoughts anywhere, anytime, and you have no reason why you can't have a constant flood of information and ideas coming into your creative workflow. Hope that helps, guys, and catch you next time.